Hi, my name is Harley Carrillo, and in this video I'm going to talk about the berthing operations. The ships were created to people and merchandise transport, for doing that the vessel travel from one point to another. Besides, when the ships are going out or coming into the port, they have to realize a series of maneuvers. One of them is the berthing operations, which are very essential nowadays and also require the perfect planning and use resource. In the next video, I'm going to explain to you about the planning, resource, and different factors that influence the moment of berthing operations. What are the berthing operations? Berthing is understood as the maneuver that involves bringing the boat to another, to land, or to dock. It is a complex action since each port has certain characteristics, which is why it is something necessary to resort to a series of services, such as pilotage, towing, and mooring, to make easier the development of this activity. Berthing plans. The berthing plans guarantees the not having of delay in operations. Those plans are extremely detailed. Also are documents that implement a supply chain and operational plan for a vessel that will dock at the port. That's why of data and operation specialists analyze the most different berthing plans. Berthing operations are demanding because requires the use of various services and features, such as of different design of port, and it is required an internal and external communication. It is required tugboat assistance, pilot assistant, deck machinery assistant, mooring operation, and anchoring operations. Factors who influence in maneuvers. A ship may berth to port or starboard side, with no wing or type, with the type ahead, with the wing onshore or offshore. The master, the pilot, and top skipper must have good local knowledge of the type, wind condition, deck, and aid to navigations. A ship won't always berth to the same way because depend on the port or dock form. It will have to do the maneuvers in different ways. To realize this work, it has two fundamental factors which influence on it. For one side are those that we cannot control and depend on natural, such as wind, sea current, wave, or inertia. For the other sides are tools that we can control with the help of maneuvering aids, which are rudders, maneuvering propellers, ropes, anchors, and tugboats. Berthing in a current. Berthing with a following current is difficult. In this case, the assistance of a top should be considered. Berthing without tops. When berthing without tops, it is essential that the effects of lateral motion are fully understood. When a ship moving forward turns by use of engine and rudder alone, the effect of centrifugal force is to push the ship laterally away from the direction of the turn. Berthing with tugs offers greater flexibility to the ship handler. The simplest procedure is to stock the ship of the berth and then work her alongside using bow thrusts and tugs to provide lateral power. Rules for safe of berthing operations. First, you must have a berthing plan, then discuss that plan. I know if you will use tugboats or not, know the characteristic of the ship and the operations, maintain constant vigilance, and never finish the operation until the complex of mooring operations. Conclusions: the berthing and unberthing a ship is an operation where the pilot, the master, and bridge personnel share a responsibility and need to have a good communication on and understanding to have a successful maneuvers, keeping the safe of the ship, cargo, port facilities, and the crew.